Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with ReZero season 4 episode number 8 reaction. Right, the previous episode yeah, apparently Subaru Subaru has forgotten. It is not forgotten in that sense. It's not as if he has amnesia, I'm assuming, because technically like he has forgotten this whole this whole isekai experience. It hasn't been confirmed, but I'm assuming that's what's going on here. I'm pretty sure he still remembers what happened up until he came here. So if this is some sort of an amnesia, it's probably just amnesia for his isekai experience. Now, obviously, this happened because of some reason which we don't know. Last we saw, he went off the stairs, up the stairs, and something happened. Then he woke up and he forgotten everything. So a lot of questions we have. Um, Only thinking about it, like something like this can only happen if you have a run-in with gluttony. So maybe something like that happened. I'm not sure. Anyways, let's watch and see what happens. And this is like according to Super, this is a whole new experience now. Like, oh, I got isekai, and yeah, let's see what he does. So yeah, let's get started. I'll be putting the timer over here. Sync the timer to the original video and watch alongside my reaction. And yeah, let's begin. Excuse me. Right, so here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Ah, oh my god. Even Patrash is like, what is this? Yeah, you're missing your memories. Oh. There you go. So yeah, he remembers up until he got isekai. He doesn't even remember you guys. Yep. That is awkward. Yeah, they remember. What? You're right back to. No, I. Damn, he slapped her so hard. Right. All right. I wonder when he'll ask about Rem. He's like, "Who's that girl? Sleeping?" What? Right. Yeah. Hmm. Hello, Patrash? No introduction for her? Or Rem? Oh my god. Hmm. Ulysses' face. Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Oh my god, here we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Subaru himself doesn't know about this, so. Sharon lost this. Hmm. Yeah. Where's Julius? Hello? Oh god, Julius is just. Hmm. Wait, so she. Is she saying that she would have revealed her situation to everyone? I think so. Hmm. The way she called. Yeah. Emilia Tan instead of. Uh, I don't think he is. Yeah. No. I. Yeah. Um. Damn. Uh. Right. Oh yeah, that I never thought about it like that. That is true because he's the only one who remembers Rem in a way. So now nobody knows Rem basically. And like I obviously it's pretty obvious, but I didn't think about it like that. Hmm. Well, because. Hmm. Okay, so they're gonna reveal it here. won't be. Ooh, here we go. Yep. So we're so confused. It's like, what's. Hmm. Ooh, here we go. No, a different one. Yeah. She's on my reputation. Yeah. You know, the main thing, obviously, the super has returned by death. He'll have to experience it to realize. It's really like. Yeah. Hmm. Well, who knows? Neither do we, the audience. Oh, okay. Third floor. Right. Wait, the books are all scattered. Was he reading those books? Wait, is it? Oh, I see what's going on here. Maybe he read someone's experience who met gluttony before they died. So he experienced that and. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, someone who died, but they met gluttony before and lost their memories or something. He tried that before as well. So he experienced that while reading the book. Maybe it was someone that he knows. Otherwise, he won't be able to read it. Oh my god. Hmm. What? Oh! Oh my god! He's going to experience return by death. Like I said, this is the one thing nobody could tell him. He'll probably try to tell them, and then the the curse will activate. All of this is going to happen. Okay, so this is a safe point. It's like, didn't we have this conversation earlier? Out again. Oh god, here we go. So he didn't wait, did he forget that he died? It's so confusing to everyone. Okay, he's remembering now. Yeah. The shock of the death probably made him forget that he died. Oh no, here we go. Okay, he didn't. I was wondering if the. Okay, who pushed him? That's also a good question. Chawla, maybe. I don't know. She's the only one. It's because she's so like. Up, same thing happening. Okay, so here we go. Yeah. Round number two. Ah, boy. Yeah, he did kind of. Hmm. Oh god, here we go. Yeah. Okay. Oh, here we go. It's not gonna work. Hmm. Oh. Oh god, here we go. Oi! Oh my god! Oh no. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. All right. What the hell? Oh. Yeah, he's like, any one of you could be the one who pushed me. Oh. Uh. Right, he's realizing that he's died. First time he didn't properly register. Oh boy. Oh. Oh no, it's the worst person to see when you're having amnesia. Yeah, you just killed me? What the hell? Ow! What the hell? Ah! Okay, this is disgusting. Well, you already killed me. Like what? Oh god. Ugh. Oh my god. Ah! Yeah. Oh. Uh. Wait, he's. Oh god. Oh, he named it again. Wait, what the? Wait, what is this place? Is this? Oh god, Shah's gonna snipe him because he left the. Ah, good lord. Because she said like nobody should leave this place. What the? Okay, what? Right. Well, this uh escalated. Right. So yeah, it kind of went in the direction I expected it to, because I was like, obviously everyone can tell him about, like, oh, this is what is going on, this is what you experience, blah blah blah, but nobody can explain to him about return by death. He has to experience it for himself, and then he has to, you know, understand it. So yeah, I was like, something is going to go wrong. He's going to die, and then he's going to get the shock of his life. Right, and that went exactly as I expected it to. Now, I would say though, uh, like, here, as I said, it escalated very quickly. Like, he experienced death. He didn't realize what the hell happened. So he was like, the second time, he was like, okay, what is going on? It seems like I had a dream, a prophetic dream. And then he died again. And no, then he heard everyone talking, like, oh, like, can we even, you know, can we even, like, rely on Subaru anymore, this and that. So he felt betrayed, and then he got pushed, and then immediately after feeling betrayed, and this time realizing that he died, he was like, okay, someone pushed me. It might be from one of you guys. So next time he just rushed out, and then he died again, and now he's healing. So that's why I'm saying it escalated very quickly, and now again I'm guessing he's going to die because he left the tower, something like that. And Shaola already told him that, oh, if you leave the tower without, like, completing your trials, or, I'm gonna take you guys out. It doesn't matter if it's your friends. It doesn't matter if it's you. So yeah, so that's what's going on now. I feel like the reason it feels like it escalated so quickly and Subaru realized the horror of Return by Death so quickly is because this happened in such a short amount of time, I feel like. Because as far as I can remember, in season 1, episode 1, when Subaru died, you know, like, he realized that he was looping, and he realized, like what is going on. But there was like a significant amount of time gap which made him, like, and also he knew nobody here, over there. Here he's in a group of people he doesn't know at all, and they know him. So already he's feeling a little bit alienated, but in season 1, episode 1, when Return by Death was happening, he was new to this world. Nobody knew him. So he, like, I don't know, like, I guess he didn't feel powerless in that sense, because here he's like, oh my god, I'm having this weird experience, I'm dying and coming back to life, and these people are telling me they're apparently my friends, but I literally heard them talking about how I'm useless now, so I would be a, like, like a drag now, so they want to leave me behind or something. And then someone pushed me on top of that, and this weird, like, thing is happening when I'm returning by death. What am I supposed to do here? So, like, all of these things at the same time, and at the same time he's not able to trust the people in front of him. He's thinking that they might be actually trying to kill him. Yeah, which is not something that happened in the first time Return by Death activated. He knew nobody. Nobody knew him. It was all by himself. He himself realized that he died, and he himself, kind of made the resolve that, okay, I'm going to, like, what was it that happened? Oh yeah, first time he died, it was when Emilia got stabbed. Yeah, so it was something else, like, like, what motivated him back then was that, yeah, I'm dying, but, like, this girl Emilia is also dying, and I have to save her. And since I can loop, I will try to save her. And that's what became his motivation. Also, the amount of time he spent with Emilia back then was quite a significant amount before he died for the first time. So he actually, like, like, I don't know, like, made quite a bit of a chemistry, I guess, with Emilia back then. Here, like I said, the time gap is very short. He wakes up and he's like, oh my god, I don't know these people. They know me apparently. And then they're like, all right, you stay here. We're just going to go out and do something. You cannot help us out here in this situation, at least. And then he hears them talking about him behind his back. And then it seems like he got pushed to his death. So he's like, what the hell? But back then it was something completely different. He died, Emilia died, and he himself wanted to save Emilia back then. So, like that motivation came, and the horror of dying multiple times was dampened quite a bit. Here, that's not what's going on. Here, the horror of dying is there, the confusion is there, and at the same time, the fact that these guys might betray me is also something that's in his head, because he clearly realized someone pushed him, and the fact that they are talking about him and telling that, oh yeah, like he's kind of not going to be of that much of help nowadays. Now, yeah, but obviously, like, not everyone was saying that. If you pay attention, you'll see that Emilia was the one who was like no, like, what are you trying to say? Beatrice was also who was kind of like opposed to this whole thing as well. Like those two. Were there anyone else who spoke in Subaru's defense? Wait a minute, let me check. Those two, I immediately, like, like, I kind of, where's that part? Okay, so Anastasia says, or Echidna says, isn't it too dangerous to keep Natsuki with us any longer? Okay, so Ram says, can I take that not as concern for Barus's safety, but as concern that he slows down? If so, I agree. Yeah, so here, like I said, Emilia and Beatrice are the only one who talked, like, in defense of Subaru. Emilia's like, Ram, you're talking about Subaru that way now too? I only stated the objective truth. Okay, so Julius says, Lady Emilia, these two are only pointing out that there are too many uncertainties involved in relying on him right now. And okay, here we go. And Beatrice again talks in Subaru's defense. She says, the way you said that makes it sound like you agree with that spirit, I suppose. Okay, so there you go. That was the conversation. Now, right. So, but obviously, at that point, like, when you're hearing these type of conversations, someone's talking about you behind your back, you're not going to be able to try to focus on the fact that, oh, there's apparently two people who actually is still on my side. Like, so Subaru, that didn't even register in Subaru's head. He just heard them talking and he was like, oh my god, and he just like, so yeah. Either way, yeah, and that is the reason why this escalated so damn quickly. Like, that horror of death, like, struck so hard and so quickly, and it traumatized Subaru so much in this short amount of time. Even though this did happen before in season 1, episode 1, but there the time limit was big, when he died, and he had a motivation to save, like, so the pain of death, or the fear of death dampened a lot, and he was able to process it a lot more at his own pace. Here, no. And that's why he's horrified here. Like, that kind of thing. Like, it's just like, it's very simple. Just, can we imagine, like, if in 1 hour, if you die like multiple times back to back, and compared to that, just think about like 12 hours. In 12 hours you die, because first season, as far as I can remember, he came to this world, and when he died, it was like nighttime or something, right? When they went into like Elsa's place, like, not Elsa's place, like, like that place, the Rob, old man Rob's place, and like Emilia was died over there. So there's this huge gap. He died, and so he had long amount of time to process what the hell was going on. Okay, just a sec, guys. Right, I'm back. So yeah, that's what I was saying. So that is why, like, the amount of time gap and everything, it, he's not able to process it this quick. So he's so much, like, the shock factor is so high. Either way, yeah, so here in today's episode, so obviously, like, like the very first, the first section, like first half, I would say, of this episode was, pretty peaceful and normal. Like, like, everyone's like, oh, what the hell is going on? And Subaru's like, I don't remember, I don't know anything. So you guys are telling that I apparently know you guys, but yeah. And then everyone's like, Emilia and Beatrice were like more positive. They're like, oh, everything will be fine, don't worry, you're still the same Subaru. And everyone more or less kind of reacted the same way. except Ram, who took him aside, and she's like, "Is this a joke?" You know, at first I wasn't able to I didn't realize like I would say like the severity of what is going on in Ram's head, but it makes sense because as she said, like I said, I know that he's the only one who remembers Ram. I know that, but I didn't think about it like that at that point of time at least. But when Ram reacted like that, it suddenly struck me, and I'm like, yeah, it makes sense why she's reacting like this because the thing is she knows something weird is going on because she knows Rem is her sister, but she don't remember. She doesn't remember her, and that's been, if you remember, that's been bothering her from the very beginning. You know, so the only, I would say, saving grace, and the only, like, I guess you could say, um, yeah, like, like relief that Ram had is that, oh, even if I don't remember, even if nobody else remembers, Subaru remembers Rem, you know. So yeah, and it was like I would say it's like a very weird type of a situation where, like I said, she knows that, like, instinctively she knows that this is her sister, and she knows that I should know this person, but she cannot remember her. So it's very weird type of a thing. So the fact that the only person who had the memory of Rem has amnesia now, so basically nobody remembers Rem now, currently in this world, and that like made her snap because she's like what the hell, like now what? Um, so yeah, like that's why she acted like that at that moment, and it makes sense because like she is trying her best to bring Rem back, and like bring her memory back, bring everyone's like bring her back to this world. And the only person that she was relieved to know that there was at least one person who remembers Rem, even if she doesn't remember Rem, even if nobody else. And now that person is also forgotten Rem. So it's just, yeah. It's going to just like like from the inside like what the hell, like yeah, like nothing you can do about this, but at the same time you're like, why did this happen now? So like she kind of lashed out on Subaru at that point. Right. Anyways, now that was that. Now another thing I want to talk about here is who the hell pushed Subaru. Now at first I said Shaula because I was thinking, I was like, who would be here who would be like who could like push Subaru, because obviously it's not Emilia, it's not Beatrice, in no way it's those two. Who else is there? Ray Astray is there, but he's up on top. Obviously, he's not going to do that, so that removes him as well. Um, then there is Anastasia and Julius. They're pretty much together this whole section, so I don't think it's one of them. Um, then Ram is there. I don't think I don't know. I don't think it's Ram because whatever happens, how much like how much despair she's feeling, I don't think she will be someone who pushes Subaru. So I don't think it's Ram either. So who else is left? It's Shaula. Now, why I said Shaula is because, like I said, Shaula has a lot of mysteries going on. Like by mystery I mean like a lot of things we don't really know about her, and it does seem she's very faithful, or she likes Subaru very much. But we also know that she has stated this multiple times, like it doesn't matter if it's Subaru, if there's something that Flugel told her to do goes against Subaru's well-being, she'll execute that. It doesn't matter, even if it results in Subaru's death, she's going to execute that. Flugel's orders or whatever is the first priority. Yeah, she obviously she likes Subaru very much, but if some kind of thing happens which over which is Flugel's like orders or something, that overrides that, like that, yeah, it like that kind of clashes with it. Pfluger's order will override whatever else happens. So I don't know. That's why I'm thinking like maybe it's Shaola who pushed him for whatever reason. But who knows? Maybe it's none of these people. Maybe it's something else is going on here. You know, like who knows? Like it can be anything. Um, yeah. So let's see. Let's see what who it is that pushed him. Right. Maybe it's Patrash. She's like, I don't need this. Just gives a nudge while Subaru's standing in the, in the side of the stairs, and bam, Subaru just falls. Oh my god, that was funny. Right. Anyways, oh, I forgot Meili. Okay, god damn it, Meili. Can it be Meili? I don't know. Like the thing is, like I don't think it's any one of them that's pushing Subaru. But I still have my suspicions on Shaola though. That's why I said Shaola the first time. I was like, oh, maybe it's Shaola. I don't know. Anyways, let's just wait and see. Right. So yeah, there you go. That's another thing, another mystery that we need to kind of solve. Now, another thing did happen after that, which is, uh, he met Raid, and Raid just poked his guts out almost. God damn it. Right. Oh, I have to say, this episode was probably one of the most brutal episodes. Like the way they showed Subaru's whole body getting torn apart as he was falling down the stairs, like hitting one stair and then bouncing off that too and hitting another stair. And like the amount of force, like the gravitational force that was like, like he was falling with, it was so damn strong that it like all completely like broke his body parts. Like it just like his limbs like teared and just separated from his body, fingers separated, and like his head, like, yeah. So it was crazy. Not only that, that's the part after that as well, where he like was like kind of crawling, and his nails were kind of just falling apart, and he was like clinging, and he was like, oh god. And then obviously the Raid Astria part as well, where he was like poking his liver or intestine, whatever the hell that was, with a chop. Like, oh my god. Yeah, this is definitely. I feel like this is like we've had a lot of like brutal scenes and everything in ReZero. I don't know. I feel like this one's like done so like slowly and meticulously that it makes it even more, like gory. Even though we've had way more gore before as well, the way they kind of directed this, I feel like, makes it even more disturbing. Right. Okay. Is there anything else to talk about? No, I think that is it. So now, obviously, Subaru's like, oh no, there's another thing I want to talk about, which is, again, as you can see, like Subaru remembers up until where he got isekai, like coming here in this world and like then forgetting everything. So obviously he remembers his mom and dad. So he just almost at the end of his life here, he thinks about them, and he's like I didn't even say goodbye to them, and not goodbye. Sorry, I didn't even like say anything to them when I left, and I left because I just didn't want to wash the dishes or wash that cup. Not even the dishes, wash that cup. That's why I left, and I wasn't even able to pay them back. Like it's kind of interesting because if you think about it, this realization came way later for the original Subaru. You know, like just think about it. When did this whole realization about his mother and father, and about how he, like like his regret, and how he's like, oh, I should have done, I should have like said something to them. Like now I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life. That came in season 2, right? Season 2? Yeah, when he met Ekidona in that trial. Where he met his parents again, and then, like the realization kind of hit him. So that's when that happened. This already happened here. In a span of one episode after he forgot everything. So, I don't know, maybe I'm reaching too much, but why do you think this happened so quickly? It's because he already, again, this is just my, like the way I'm looking at it. It's because he already went through all of those, like realization and character development, if you, in a very rough way, if you want to call it. All the character development he has gotten up until this season, because he experienced all of that and he grew as a person himself. He, like, even after losing his memories, he came to this whole realization about his mom and dad this quick, because he already have experienced that. So I think I said this in the previous episode myself, that even if he forgets, he, as a human being, will not forget. His memories might have been gone, but as a person, it's ingrained within him. So he's probably not going to be the, like the same type of Subaru that came to this world when he came to this world for the first time. He wouldn't be exactly the same. He would be changed as a human being. Also, I would like to say, in today's episode, if you compare this to when Subaru came to this world for the first time, Subaru in this episode was way calmer. Like, like obviously he did have his whole, like the way he was acting. It's like, oh my god, like, and doing his pose, and he's like, ah, Natsuki Subaru, like all of that. But you can see that a lot of those things, he kind of listened and he kind of like accepted it. And like, I don't know, like I just feel like he was a way mature in this episode than when he was back when he first came to this world. you know and like, since he has forgotten everything, you would think that, oh, he would revert back to the same, like, inexperienced him, right? But no, I don't think so. Like, this Subaru felt way different than he was. Like, I feel like a lot of people, like, after the previous episode, probably expected him to be like as naive and as, like, like much of a, like an amateur as he was back in season 1 episode 1 or something. And he's going to be exactly like that. But no, I don't know, I just saw this episode and I got the feeling that he handled this whole situation way more, I don't know, sensibly than he would have probably in the, you know first few episodes again. Like, obviously, like, he died and everything, and he kind of lashed out like that. That's pretty normal. Anyone is going to react like that. You can imagine after you die like that and you think as if someone's trying to kill you or something, and these guys might betray me, you're definitely going to react like that. But I'm talking about before that. Before, like, things went to complete, like, chaos. Before that, like, the whole section when Subaru was interacting with everyone and everything, he was like, I don't know, like, he was way more sensible than he was before. I was thinking he was going to say something weird to Julius, you know, or something like that. But when he met Julius, you can see, like, he was very, I don't know, like, he was a lot more, like, friendly, right? Maybe because it was like, this was like a better, like, like, introduction to Julius, because like in the first season, his introduction to Julius was like, Julius kind of saying, like, how dare you, like, disrespect all the knights over here, and he already was going through a lot back then. That's why his, like, first interaction with Julius was like animosity. I don't know. So yeah, maybe because of that. Maybe here in this situation, the circumstances are way different. So that's why he had a way more, like, mature response to meeting Julius than back then. But still, I don't know. I just got the feeling that the way he handled everyone and talked to everyone, and like, the handled the situation, is definitely not how he would have handled it if he was season 1 episode 1 Subaru. you know. So yeah, it's just that's just what I think. I might be wrong. Maybe I'm just reaching. Like I said, maybe I'm reaching a bit too much. But that's just what I felt. So he's different. Like even if he has forgotten everything, I feel like within him, as Emilia was saying, is still the same Subaru. Within him, he has grown as a person, and that's not going to go away. You know, even if your memory goes. Either way, we'll see. Because since he's suffering now, this is the part where we'll see if he has really changed as a person, as to how he's going to handle the situation from here onwards. Now that he knows, like the whole return by death and what's going on, because Subaru, up until now, one of the biggest things for Subaru is how he conquered fear, and like the fear of death, you could say. Like obviously he hasn't conquered. Everyone feels fearful when they die, but you know what I'm trying to say. How he conquered that. How he conquered pain and was able to retain his like his confidence, his bravery, even after going through all of that. Now that he's experiencing all of that, the way he handles this situation from here onwards will show us whether, even after Subaru has forgotten everything, whether he's the same person, like within, like if all of those experienced actually changed him as a person. I'm sure it has. We've already seen like everything. So yeah, let's wait and see, because I think like he's, I don't know. Obviously he's shocked now and everything, but I feel like he's going to handle this situation differently than he would have before. So, or maybe I don't know. Maybe like I'm. You know what? Let's just wait for the next episode. We'll get our answers. Either way, um, yeah. Also, like that whole section where the witch came, like Satella came and kind of massaged his heart. That part happened as well. Okay, here's the thing. I don't understand one thing here. Why the hell did he trigger Satella here? He wasn't telling anyone about his return by death, right? Why the hell did Satella come here suddenly? Just a minute. Okay, also he was hearing himself laugh. Don't you dare laugh. Oh, I guess he did say, like, I'll die and come back here. Yeah, I guess that triggered it. Even if nobody was there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah. So there you go. Like, anyways, I didn't catch that. So yeah, he did say that. That's why Satella got triggered suddenly. Right. Okay, well, Okay, another thing. Okay, wait. One thing I'm trying to. When he was falling down. Okay, this part. Who were. Who. Who said this part? It is our memories that make us what we are. Whose voice is that? Because while he was falling, he was like he was thinking about what everyone was saying, like, oh, can we even rely on Subaru anymore? This and that, blah blah blah. All those things was playing in his head. But then suddenly this line, it is our memories that make us what we are. Who said this line? Am I forgetting? Did someone say this line? When did they say this line? In today's episode? Or is this something else? I cannot even recognize the voice. Whose voice is that? Oh my god, I cannot recognize the voice. I don't know. I'm guessing this is something that someone said before. I just cannot remember, but I cannot pinpoint who said this line exactly. And then this whole, like, like, who are you? Like in Subaru's voice, it was telling. You know what? Maybe this is like another trial or something for Subaru. Because, usually in the beginning of the trial, Flugel says something, and, Flugel's voice is extremely similar to Subaru's voice, so. But no, but they didn't even complete the Sword Saints trial. So why the hell would Subaru get suddenly another trial before conquering the current trial? Makes no sense. Because, the current trial was conquered by Emilia. Everyone else still hasn't done anything about this. And I'm pretty sure Red said that, oh yeah, you can pass. Who else is going to come and challenge me? So it's like individual. Like individually you have to defeat him. Otherwise you cannot go up. So without conquering that trial, like, I don't think another trial can get triggered. Or can it? I don't know. Nah, you know what? Too many questions which we don't have any answers to. Let's just wait. And, they'll reveal itself. The answers will get revealed eventually as we keep watching. So there you go. That was today's episode. So, right. Let's see what happens. Oh, I forgot to mention the ending part where, like, Subaru just leaves the tower, and Shaola's eyes becomes like some sort of like a, like those three red dots. I've always thought what those were. I was like, Shaola has a very interesting design in her eyes. Like, she has like three red dots in her eyes. Yeah, apparently those are like pupils, I guess. Those three. Yeah, it become three pupils. And she suddenly starts like just doing this, like convalescing, like a puppet with cut strings, and just fell down. Oh, I guess it's like an automatic kind of like response. I remember she said something before, like, "Oh, if you do this, I'm going to become a like senseless killing machine." She said that before. Remember? Yeah, she was not joking. I think she meant it literally. Like, she probably just loses every kind of like, um voluntary like will, and she becomes this like senseless killing machine who automatically just starts shooting and sniping anyone who comes near, or who, goes against the rules and regulations. The rules was you should not go out. Subaru went out, so she got triggered automatically. And, like, she probably doesn't have her will at this point, on her own will. It just automatically happens, like an automated defense system. And that's exactly what happened with her over here. Yeah. Alright, so there you go. So yeah, that was today's episode. So that is it, guys. That was my reaction to. Oh no! Wait! One more thing. I wanted to talk about this. It completely slipped my mind. They said that how they found Subaru was like like fallen on the ground, and there was like some books over there. So I said this while reacting. Isn't this a possibility that he read some kind of a book where it was about someone who got their memory taken, and since he read it, and that means he experienced it himself, because you experienced it yourself, and that's why his memory is gone because of a chain reaction like that or something. Again, that's just a theory. I don't think this theory is correct because it has a lot of loopholes, at least in my head. You know, because one of the loophole would be, who is it? Whose book did he read? Because obviously, if you remember, you cannot read someone's book and experience it if you don't know that person. So as anyone who Subaru knows, he'll be able to experience that story. That's why he was able to experience Typhon's story. But who is it? Is there anyone here who died and who experienced, like, whose memory got taken by gluttony? Is there anyone like that who Subaru knows personally? Then maybe that book he read and that happened. That's why I'm saying these are like the loopholes in my theory, because I don't think there's anyone like that. So, anyways, this is just a thought, because like the circumstances in which he lost his memory is a bit weird, where he's like fallen on the ground and then there's like all books. So maybe he was reading something. That's why it suddenly came to my head, like, oh, what if he read someone's book whose memory got taken before they died? So he experienced that himself. So now his memory is gone. Something like that. I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to mention that, like that theory that I thought of. Right. Anyways, that's it. Now I'm going to end this video for real. I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about. So that is it. That was my reaction to episode number 8 of ReZero season 4. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.